In this session, let's talk about what are all the software and hardware requirements to install SQL 2019. And also these requirements are little similar to the SQL Server 2016 as well. Here I'll be walking through the Microsoft requirements only. So let me go to the MSDN or Microsoft website, authorized website, where Microsoft has asked us to do a minimum software and hardware requirements and best software and hardware requirements as well here. So let me talk about, this is a website where I'll talk about hardware and software requirements here. Yeah, if you see the hardware requirements, there are minimum requirements as well as the best to perform in a best way. We have that requirement as well here. See, the first one is hard disk. So hard disk, minimum 6 GB of space required to do the SQL 2019 installation. Okay, so if you have more than that, that is the best one actually. The recommended more required rather than keeping neck to neck 6 GB. Next, monitor, yeah, of course, your high resolution monitor required. And internet, you may need to download the software, you need some internet. And memory, the major and important factor here. So for Express editions, 512 MB and all other editions, 1 GB minimum required. These are the minimum one, but recommended is Express is 1 GB and for other editions, it is 4 GB. Even personally, I recommend, even though you use Express, go with the 4 GB. Yeah, as data increases, you need a performance actually of the performance of the query also varies based on this memory. The next one is processor speed. Minimum 1.4 GHz, but recommended 2.0 GHz or faster. Yeah, if you are using a recent laptop, so these hardware specifications will come automatically with minimum 4 GB or 2.0 GHz of processor speed. And even processor type, x64 processor of AMD or Intel, or if you are using a recent processor, then you do not need to worry on processor type and processor speed. So these are all the minimum hardware requirements and recommended by Microsoft requirements as well, you have seen. Next one is software requirements. See, these are important point here is, if you want to install SQL 2019 or SQL 2016, it works on Windows 10 onwards only. You cannot install 2016 or 2019 on Windows 7 machine. If you talk about Windows Server, you need at least Windows Server 2016 or greater version for Windows Server perspective, but Windows Home or Windows personal laptops, you can use Windows 10 or greater. Even minimum .NET framework required, but if you're trying to install MS SQL Server, that package MS SQL Server software by default comes with a .NET framework. It automatically go and work on it. And it required a software, network software as well. It is a built-in network software by default, you'll get it. And it installs like two things actually, SQL Server native client as well as SQL Server setup files. So these are all the minimum and recommended software and hardware requirements to install SQL Server 2019 majorly, but same requirement works for SQL Server 2016 as well. So that's it. See you in the next